I found my latest breakfast obsession, and it has almost 40 grams of protein. It's low carb, and it's the easiest thing in the world to make. I can even prep up a bunch of these for the week in under 5 minutes. Let me show you how to make my all-time favorite breakfast sandwich. One of the components of the sandwich that makes it so good is that it's wrapped in bacon. I'm going to prep up a bunch of these, so I'm going to take a pack of regular cut bacon and cut it in half. Each sandwich will use 2 full strips of bacon. If you're trying to limit the fat, you could go with turkey bacon, but I'm not a fan of turkey bacon, never have been. I needed to keep this sandwich low carb, so instead of using a regular bagel that has over 50 grams of carbohydrates in it, I'm using a keto-friendly option from Sola Bakery. They make a lot of different types of low-carb breads and buns that you should definitely check out. Their bagels have only 5 grams of net carbs and 16 grams of protein in each bagel. They come in different flavors too, but I'm going to use the plain today because I'm a classic girl. Not necessarily classy, but I try. If you don't want to buy low-carb bagels, another option is to make your own. I do have a recipe on my website for keto bagels, and I'm currently trying to develop another recipe for a higher protein version of a low-carb bagel, but I'm on version 9 or 10. It's close to getting that ideal chewy texture with that smooth crust that has that malted flavor. If I'm successful, I will have it out on my upcoming cookbook that's going to be out next year. In order to fill our bagels, you can't just slice them like a regular bagel. You have to create a pocket. So carve off the top of the bagel at an angle, making a V shape. It's almost like carving the top off of a pumpkin. And now you're left with a boat where we can add in our filling. But before we get to the filling, I want to share something that I've been doing every morning that has been a game changer for my energy levels. Every morning before I start my tasks and work for the day, I fill up my 40-ounce water bottle with cold filtered water and add in a packet of Element Electrolytes, who is my sponsor for today's video. I either go with orange or grapefruit flavors because they're my favorites. I add in the whole packet and give it a shake and sip this all morning long. And even though each packet has 1,000 milligrams of sodium, 200 milligrams of potassium, and 60 milligrams of magnesium, I don't find it to be overly salty because I'm diluting it with so much water. Plus, since it's flavored and slightly sweetened, it makes getting through this much water so easy. And I feel great because all of my electrolytes are replenished, my cells are happy and ready to move on for the day. Right now, Element's offering a free sample pack with any order. It's a great way to sample some of their flavors so you can figure out which ones you like. Just go to drinkelement.com/ketofocus to get yours. And this has become habit for me to do this, having my electrolytes, having my coffee in the morning, and a good hearty breakfast. I'm ready to start the day in no time. On to the filling. There's actually a lot of things that you could fill your bagels with. You could do cream cheese, Laughing Cow cheese, string cheese, which is what I'm going to use. I like to use string cheese because it's flexible and I don't have to spread it in. They fit perfectly into the boats that I've created here. Each bagel is going to need 2 cheese sticks. Then I just replace the lid or the top of our bagel. And in order to secure it, plus this is going to add flavor and more protein, we wrap those strips of bacon around the top. You could use more bacon here if desired and covered the entire thing with bacon. I'm just using the 2 total strips or 4 half strips. Then to cook these, I'm going to use an air fryer, but you could do this in an oven too. You want to air fry these at 375 degrees Fahrenheit for 5 to 7 minutes or until the cheese is melted and the bacon is cooked and crispy. If using an oven, you want to use the same temperature, but it will take a little bit longer. I would probably check them after 10 minutes to see how they're faring. Then remove them from the air fryer. I'm going to sprinkle on some chives just to get fancy and to make it look pretty. This is just so easy to make. And like I said, you can cook up a bunch of these. You can store these in the refrigerator, cooked or uncooked, and then when it's time to eat breakfast, you just pop one out. Again, each one is almost 40 grams of protein and only 7 carbs. And if you're curious about making your own keto bagels that aren't made from fathead dough or a ton of cheese, I've got the recipe right here for you. Just click right here.